And one thing, and another thing that you were talking about that I wanted to bring up was just, it goes really hand in hand with this, is just in general, sex positivity.
Yes.
So obviously, I would say, what would be your main objective regarding sex positivity?
Sex positive for me, my main objective is to get people to embrace their own bodies. I have a daughter as well, and I'm trying to get her high school and so forth involved because, like you said, regardless, sex is always going to be around.
Yes.
So if we approach it in a way that it's not dirty, it's between two people, how many people, whatever it is, it's meant to be fun. And when it becomes not fun, not positive, then that's the issues. It's a natural thing we do, and we're always going to do it.
Yeah.
And making it a bit more just all above board positive with it all. I'm really trying to get that it's not dirty. It shouldn't be taboo. Shouldn't be behind closed doors, so to speak. Not saying go out there and be too much.
You don't mean to be in public, but
and make the communication between people better.
Okay.
I think relationships and so forth, it should be something you'll be able to talk to your partner easily about. I find people still, I have people I talk to, couples who've been together 6-7 years, and they still struggle to say their fantasies to each other. And I find that a little bit sad, because you should be able to be like, hey.
You should.
Like, I wouldn't mind trying this, but, you might say no. You're like, okay, then, no worries, I got it out, at least, So I'm trying to create that normalization of it's being okay to talk about. Yeah.
So did you personally grow up in a more sex-friendly environment then? Was it something that it wasn't looked at taboo when as you were growing up?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess I grew up in quite a liberal house, so to speak, in that, we were walking around like in bikinis and so forth outside. So it was body positive was always a big thing. I was never made to feel like it should be hidden behind closed doors or so forth. In saying that, I was never allowed to have anyone stay at my house or anything until I was about 21.
No.
It was like, I just grew up in a place that it wasn't taboo. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think that leads to, because it's, so it comes down to like also when you look at parenting, because some people want to think that there's a one size fits all form of parenting, which I think probably isn't correct. I'm not a parent, but I imagine that because children are different, personality wise and stuff like that, you can't always approach one child the same as you can another.
Yes.
So I feel like with something like sex, that approaching sex, I almost feel like, do you figure that you should try to feel out regarding like a person's personality, because maybe, to try to, teach them or inform them, because again, with adults, like, and I'm just meaning about, talking to adults, because again, adults can be very shy about it and very repressed and might very afraid of their sexuality. Yes. And just, of their fantasies.
Yes.
So when you encounter people, like, can you tell, like, or do you tend to try to change the way you try to bring out that sex positive in somebody else, like based on their personality?
Sure. So like even a lot of my clients and so forth, I've been able to over the years get more and more out of them different ways. You can kind of gauge one's personality after you spend a bit of time with them, if you're listening quite well. And some people don't like targeted questions. Some people prefer you can have a conversation where you interact your own experiences, and then they feel more comfortable to discuss things. With the sex that I'm trying to do with the high schools and so forth, with that is a different approach again, because that has to be very monitored and censored of what's age appropriate to do. And I love it though, because it makes me realize that, like I said, it's not one size fits all, and the way you are going to deliver something or get people to ask questions about themselves is going to form how they're going to see it themselves anyway. You can tell someone what you want, but inherently they're going to know their own feelings or awareness, what they want to take in, so to speak.
Yeah. But and the thing, and that it comes back to communication, what you were talking about, because for instance, if you were to meet somebody who was like, if they told you, look, I'm just not comfortable talking about this kind of stuff right now, would that be more helpful than them just kind of shutting down or them not really giving you anything to work with?
Absolutely. And I think that
then you can slow it down if you needed to.
And not everyone's going to want to partake in the same kind of conversation. So it's kind of it's an interesting one, especially with my work. Everyone's got very, very vast different fantasies, and I always say that nothing's abnormal, so to speak, within reason. Nothing's abnormal, and I like to be approachable, but anyone can always ask me anything. Yeah. And I really think that's a good way to be.
Okay. So So why do you think society at large, and I guess it depends on the country you're in, but maybe why do you think that it's still in 2025? Why do you think there's still so much negativity towards sex and sexuality?
I think people are so worried about judgment.
Okay.
I think people are worried that they're going to be judged or rejected. Rejection is a massive thing.
Yeah, it is.
And it was probably one of the reasons, sorry, throwback, but reason why I got into this industry as well. I've been through a bad breakup. I was rejected through lots of cheating. And this work kind of validated me like a bit of, no, this wasn't about me type thing. So I think rejection is a massive thing. And people get nervous to express themselves because if they get rejected, some people can't cope with that. So rather than that, just shut off and avoidance and closing down. So I would say it's more about rejection and judgment is the reason why people aren't openly talking about it more.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's interesting because I think that there is an element where it's one of those things where it seems like both political sides have their problems with it. Where one, they don't like it due to its morality issues in their minds, and then other ones do it because of the exploitation they think, because they think, for instance, a woman is going to be exploited and used and be treated very poorly, and or that she shouldn't need to use her sexuality to become successful or to make money.
Yes. And so we get a lot of that, I guess, when we start doing this work and so forth. If people say, oh, I wish I could save you. I don't need saving. No, but it's great though that still is in the mindset of people understanding that unfortunately there is people who do need saving.
Yeah,
that's the awareness is still there, I guess, of that part. But I don't need saving. I don't need, I wish I could take you away. I don't want you to take me away. So I think it's that uneducated part of people are doing this for a reason, and it's not always the bad one.
So I'm curious, do you have any, personally, would you say that there are, what are the sexual stereotypes that you find the most either incorrect or frustrating when you encounter them or hear them? If you can think about it.
Look, I think in general, people just expect in the adult industry that you're going to be flying for chandeliers and it's going to be, I guess, anything goes type thing. So I think it's a big misunderstanding of, as humans, we still got our own boundaries and so forth. So I think that's a stereotype. I think there's some basic stereotypes, I guess, in genders and races and so forth. But I guess people are trying to get over them a little bit more. The more people talk.